Hi everyone, my name is Michael Chidubim, and we are here today on the dialogue, and we have a very interesting woman of God in our midst today. She's a woman of so many parts. She's gifted, she's blessed, and guess what? Her name is very simple. It's Didi. Didi, how are you doing today?
I'm very well. I'm good, and it's an honor for me to have you, both of you, you and your wife, here with us today. So, yeah.
So, who is Didi? So many people have been hearing about you. Can you tell us who Didi is?
I'm Didi, so everyone knows me by the short name. My real name is Deirdre, but I sort of like given myself that name since I got saved. I felt that who I was, that's my past, and this who I am today is just God, the grace of God. So I'm a businesswoman. Never in my life ever imagined that I would be where I am today, and also called by God as a worshiper, one of his Levites in the kingdom of God, working for God. And this business is a kingdom business, nothing else. This is just God. I'm all about vision. I love vision. I love seeing the end before I see the beginning. And yeah, I just trust God that the business will grow. I'm here now about eight months. And yeah, when God gave me this vision, I was struck. I was like, how do I do this? And then God was like, take away all the questions, look at the end, and in the end will erase the questions. So this is where I am today. This is Didi. I love what I do. I have a passion for what I do. I have a passion working with men. It might sound silly, but I do. I do have a passion working with men, and this thing started 10 years ago. It was birthed 10 years ago in my heart. Like I said, I never thought I would have my own business because I worked overseas on the cruise ships and came back to South Africa and did what I do also because I did freelance makeup. But then Didi was sort of like created in a way, grooming the gents. So wherever I go, if it's either it be ministry or it be Didi as the Barber girl, as everyone knows me, both what I'm doing, both is passion, but it's the work of the Lord.
So, at what point did you see this as a ministry? And you talked about your past, what you used to do before, and how God called you into this ministry. At what point did you say, now I have to focus on what God has called me to do?
Well, in the beginning of the year, I wrote my vision down. I always said that I would love to have my own business, but when doubt comes and you ask questions, how are you going to do it? Where am I going to get the money? So in the beginning of the year, me and my husband, we went into a 21-day fast. And one of the things that I put down on my list was to have my own business. Came out of my 21-day fast, and I was challenging God on his word. And I said, so what's going to happen now? I asked you, and now I'm going to challenge you. And God gave me the scripture, Isaiah 60, verse 22. And the Lord said, I, the Lord, will make it happen. So I knew that no matter what I would have done, either be where I would have stayed in where I used to work, me moving forward, my desire was always that my business would be kingdom-minded in the sense of whoever walks in here or wherever I am, that I will be a fragrance, the fragrance of God wherever I go, be it in my business here, me being out, being a worshiper, going onto platforms and minister. So I knew I had the peace, and God gave me the scripture, Colossians 3, verse 15, that says, let the peace of God rule in my heart. So that was my confirmation, knowing that, look, I'm called because I also believe that God will give you the vision and he will fund it. He will take care of it. And that's how I know, because this business is all funded by God. That much I can tell you now. So I know for sure that this business, and even myself, Didi, is called for the kingdom, and not just for four walls, but for the world as well. I'm confident when I can say that because God has shown up in my life. I've been places, and I know where I'm heading with the vision that I have in my heart.
What has been the experience so far for some of the people that have come here? What would you say has been the experience?
Let me quote what my clients are saying. Okay. This is a God invention. When they come in here, they say to me that this is ministry. They say to me that this is church, because they know when they walk in here, that is what you're going to get. Because I know I have a calling upon my life, and I've been preaching out, and when I go out and preach, I preach about vision, because sometimes we forget about that specific thing, the vision. And I share it with them. So every time when I come, I have a few clients that I have weekly clients that come in. When they sit on the chair, they will say to me, so what do we have on the plate for today? So that means they know they're going to get a food of plate when they come to me, meaning that I'm sharing the word of God with them, and I encourage them. And I mean, in the beginning it was a bit, I won't say confusing, but in the beginning it was like, why am I here? Why am I ministering to men? Why is it men? And at the same time, I think it's also to help, because some of them come here and I give them advice. From a woman's point of view, I can give them advice, and I'm very truthful and I'm very blunt. And you can ask my husband, some of them come in here and they still think they can moan about something. Then I rebuke them and I will say to them, look, this is all love. What you get in here is love, and I'm all honesty. And I am me, so feedback from my clients is all positive. I mean, if I look at my business, at my business page that I have, all the reviews that I have on my page, clients that I don't know, every day new clients walking in here, they say to me that it's an experience. It's not just a haircut that they're getting. It's not a normal place where you come and you go. You sit and you have a cup of coffee and we chat. So that is what it's about. Yeah.
Awesome. So how are you able to balance the ministry and business? Because I know a lot of people struggle to even focus on just their music ministry. So how are you able to balance the two?
I must be honest, I'm actually doing it well. And one of the reasons why I said to God last year, I would love to have my own business, is because I remember when I was working for a boss, if I had to go for rehearsals or had to attend anything, I could not go. It wouldn't have been fair towards my other colleagues that I used to work with. And this year, I didn't think that I would have a busy year, but I was busy this year. So that is why I have this book. I don't go without it.
So tell us about this book.
Yes, this is my diary. I cannot go without this book, because this is my planning for my life when it comes to God, my family, and then all the other things, because I believe in the order of God as well. Sometimes I would slack and it's frustrating. Then I just have to get back on it again, just remind myself to continue to stick to the order of God. So I must say I plan it well. So that is why I can decide what time I'm finished working and what time I start working. I book my clients accordingly so that I can fit in everything in my day. So yeah.
Awesome. We're going to have your details right on the screen, but what days do you work? Is it every day 24/7 or how many?
I think my clients would love that if it was 24/7. No, I'm actually off on a Monday. I prefer to be off on a Monday. I work from a Tuesday to a Saturday. Hours, I can't give you that because it is so unpredictable. I have clients that I come in the morning, like 5 o'clock already, to cater for the guys, because some of the guys, they work during the day and they can't come, so then sometimes I'm here till 9 o'clock. So I would say I go according to what my clients want, but then I know if it's a day that I want to spend with my husband or the evening, then I'm just like, guys, I close at 5 today. But I try to cater for all my clients because I know everyone works during the day. So Friday nights, I'm here most of the time late. If I'm not at an appointment where I need to minister, I'm here late at night, but I must say I slot everything in very well. But from Tuesdays to Saturdays, and then like today, for instance, I came in this morning for one particular client because he needed to be somewhere. And then while I was open, another client walked in. So they look at my door and they see it's open and they will just come in, which I don't mind at all. Reason being, I just live around the corner. So I'm flexible when it comes to my work. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a question because I know from experience as musicians, sometimes musicians have good ideas and they struggle to fund that idea. Doing business and music ministry, have you been able to kind of support your music ministry with this business?
Oh, yes, most definitely. It does. And even some of the guys that is in the music industry, which is Winston, what I normally do, I try and groom them. So when they go out, my name goes out there as well. So whenever I go out and I go minister, because last night we were at a concert, and people that were sitting behind me, I could hear what they were saying, like, this is Didi. And I looked around and this guy's like, are you Didi? And I'm like, yes, I am. And I mean, so my name goes out there. When it comes, I try to support wherever I can, especially the artists and the musicians in Cape Town, wherever I can, especially now in the last few months, because I believe that we need to support one another and be there to grow each other's ministries as well. But my business is a good link to my ministry, and my ministry also to my business. Definitely, definitely, yeah.
Okay, there's some people who just enjoy your music and your ministration, and now maybe they are scared that because of your business, they might not get to see you all the time. So, what do you have to say to people like that?
No, they can see me whenever. Well, I say to my clients, because I do have a busy schedule, I'm honest. But what I say to my clients, even during my daily hours, if I know where I'm not booked, and I will say to them, look, you can come have a coffee with me, because this is where I am most of the time. It would be either be on a Sunday that I'm out. But for me, it's like I'm flexible. My life is flexible. I am busy, but I believe that you make time for things, and you just have to slot it in, and that's where I am right now. So yeah.
Okay, so what does the future hold in your mind for this business? Because I know that you're doing an amazing work. So, what does the future hold for your business?
Sure. Well, it was prophesied over me a few months ago that there's going to be more grooming studios in Cape Town, and there was a lot of requests from guys living on that side that wants me to open. But I'm like this, I'm not moved by what people say unless God has spoken to me. That's my saying. But what I would love for my business is, because where I come from, finances, I never had finances growing up to go study and do all of those things. So what I would love to give back is to teach young kids maybe that don't have, come out of families that don't have the finances to go out and study, because barbering is a profitable business, first of all. Secondly, it's a skill. And thirdly, you can work for yourself. So I would love to train and to raise up and teach for them to go out and have their own businesses. So that is what I see, is basically to give back. I mean, I have one girl that works with me now. She used to teach me back in the days, 10 years ago, to cut hair, and now she's working with me. So it's crazy how it turned around. But, you know, for her, it was, she just wanted to be linked with me, she said, because she see what God is doing in this business, and she wants part of that. So that is some encouragement. At the same time, I can have church in here. I can minister to people. And for me, it's about extending grace unto others. For people that's not safe to come in here, I play worship music when I cut my guys. And either you're being saved or not, you know, I'm going to share. Because people come in here and they say to me what they experience in here. When they walk in here, they say it's a presence when they walk in here. So I want to make a difference in people's lives, that where I was, exactly what I said to this girl. I said to her, she wanted to work directly for me, and I said to her, no, if you're going to work for me, you're going to make me rich. Work for yourself. I can give you the space. You work for yourself, and you work your way up. So I want to give back. The other day, I had a conversation with someone, and I said to them, whatever you do in life, if the motive of your heart is not right, it will not work. So for me, it's running after my vision and not about the money, because that's my thing. I'm holding on to what God has given me, running with this race, finding my prize, which God has out there for me. But my main thing is to give back with my gift that God has given me. That's what I want to do.
Can you give us an idea of some of the people that have passed through this grooming here?
I would love to do that. I think one of the highlights for me for my business was when I was asked to do Marvin Sapp, because I love his heart and his worship, and what he writes comes straight from the heart. Never in my wildest dreams that I ever thought that I would ever be able to cut people's hair all the way from the USA. So that was one of the highlights for me for this year in my business, is to groom Bishop Marvin Sapp, and then also Apostle Jacobus Brouwers, which is our apostle. He comes here often to the studio to get his grooming done. Also Nate Glasper, also from the USA. He's also a worshiper. And yeah, every day, or mostly, let me say, on a Friday is my days where I have all the men, the church guys coming in here, if I can put it that way, coming to be groomed. And yeah, I believe that moving forward, I see myself traveling, because one of my visions or dreams that I have is to go to New York, but as what I am, as being a worshiper, but also as a groomer. I want my name out there, because again, this is kingdom. This is not just four walls, it's kingdom, so it's big. So yeah.
Okay, two more questions. All right, so this is a festive period. Christmas is around the corner. So do you have specials? Because during Christmas, people like specials. So do you have specials for people coming to to your studio?
No, I don't. What I do have gift vouchers. I must be honest with you. In the whole of Strand, I've done my research before I started my business. Where my prices is concerned, I am the lowest. And because again, yes, a business, you need the money, but my main thing is not the money. So I'm catering for our people, basically. But what I have vouchers where you can purchase a voucher and you can decide, you put the amount on, and when the client comes, he can decide to make, if say for 300 Rand, they can decide what services they want to build up a package for themselves, basically. So that is what we offer. We have vouchers. And you know what, sometimes my guys come in here and then, like, I had one guy that was here earlier on, and he just wanted a trim, and I said, it's fine, I'll do it for you. And sometimes I don't charge, and it's not for anything, you know. I just feel sometimes you just have to bless people. You just have to sow. Even if people always think that you have to sow with money, you can sow with your gift. So for Christmas, over the Christmas advice that I can give to the guys, book in advance, because that's a problem that I have. The guys literally get angry with me because they don't get bookings. That's how busy I get. So I tell them all, make your booking in advance for Christmas, because in the festive time, everyone wants to look good, and I can do only so many clients per day. So that's basically it. So yeah.
Okay, in summary, here, what exactly do you do apart from cutting of hair? Like, you know, I have some white hair. If I want to dye, if I want to dye to dark hair, you do all that. So what are the services that you do?
Well, services, it's cutting the hair, it's shaving the beard. We do steam shaves, which is quite popular at the studio. All the guys, or 80% of my guys, when they come here, they have experienced the steam shave. And I mean, we have the full package. It includes your haircut, your scalp massage for 15 minutes. The painful part is the waxing part, though. The nose wax, the eyebrow wax, and also the coloring of hair, because a lot of guys come here. So that's one of the services that I'm going to add officially on my page. We do coloring, or we call it tinting on the hair for the grays and so forth. And then the exciting thing is we've added, which I haven't launched yet. We want to launch it for Christmas. We got in another girl that's going to work with me, so I am more flexible, taking on more clients. And then thirdly, we do massages now as well, which we never done. Pedicures, manicures. So basically, we have the full grooming package. We from head to toe. You get your manicure, your pedicure, your waxing, your shaving, your haircut, and your massaging. So I wanted to expand, and I said to God, 9 months. And God has done it for me. It's not even 9 months. I'm only now in my 9th month now. So I am where the time limit that I told God what I want for every 3 months, I've done that. Exactly.
Fantastic. 2019 is around the corner. Yeah. So what do you see, what do you foresee for this business? Specifically, I know you have long-term goals, but for 2019, what are the things you foresee for Didi Grooming Studio?
I see a third chair. At the moment, I have 2 chairs, which is me and another lady cutting. But I would love to have a third person cutting as well in my business, only being a woman, because I want women to groom the guys. And then also this whole section here in front, to turn it into an actual coffee shop, where I have the Wi-Fi, people can come and have meetings here, things like that. I also use my business for a specific group, which is called Purpose Life. They use this studio as a rehearsal venue. So my business is open for ministry when it comes to the music side, where people can come and have rehearsals in here. They come in with a full band and they have worship. It's just time of worship. And then the one thing that I need to do, which God instructed me to do for this year, is to have a worship night in my studio, where I have a full-on band, just inviting, you know, worshipers, and just come together, have a get-together in here. But I know for a fact that I told God that I want the third person to be here in March, and because I work in threes with God, 3, 6, 9s. So for my short term now, it's to have another person in here, because I know I'm going to get more busy. That's for sure.
Thank you so much for spending this time with us. Really very grateful to God for what He's doing through you, and we believe that your business will definitely grow because you are making a difference in the lives of people. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. God bless you. All right, so thank you so much. You've been watching The Dialogue with Michael Chidobem from the Kingdom TV. See you some other time soon. God bless you. Bye.